By 2030, there will be 85 million unfilled technology jobs. Did you hear what I said? I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. 85 million jobs that companies will be desperate to fill. And economists say the gap is going to cost the global economy over $8 trillion. Now, let me tell you what no one is really saying about that number. Most of those roles do not require you to write code. They need people who understand business, people who can manage projects, train teams, navigate, sustain, and have people adopt change and translate what the technology is supposed to do into something that humans in the room can actually use. That is your skill. And that didn't sound technical, did it? And if you've been sitting on the sidelines thinking you don't have what it takes to break into technology, and I'm just going to shorten it to tech consulting, this video is going to change how you see yourself. If this is the first time you're watching my videos or you've stumbled upon my channel, I'm Tammy L. Davis, and I went from being an administrative assistant to a business analyst with Oracle, and I have been running my own tech consulting firm since 2006. I have helped non-technical professionals make that same pivot, and what I'm about to share with you is the market reality, what's really going on that most career coaches will never show you because they don't know that it exists. Now, if you are ready to explore a career move into this industry, the Pivot Lobby is a free community just for you. Scan the QR code that pops up somewhere on this screen or click the link in the description box. And I cannot wait to see you in the lobby. Now, let's start with the numbers. And I'm not sharing these statistics to be motivational. These are actually market signals. Because I've been in this industry for so long, I actually geek out about it. And I do a lot of research. So one thing that I have discovered in my research and that I know is that the global consulting industry will hit over $1 trillion this year. $1 trillion, and it's growing. By 2029, the projection is scheduled to hit $1.3 trillion. And this is where it gets real juicy and interesting for someone like you. 81% of companies say they plan to lean more on consultants in the coming year. Not less, more. Because you know why? The pace of the technology change is outrunning their internal capacity to keep up. Let me tell you what I mean by this. Every time a company rolls out a new enterprise resource planning system, so something like an Oracle or Workday or ServiceNow, a CRM like Salesforce, or a new cloud platform, they need people to implement it, manage the project, train employees, handle change and adoption of those new ways of working with the technology. That work does not happen automatically. It requires people like us, consultants. And right now, there are not enough qualified people to do so. For months, I have been saying by the year of 2030, we're in 2026, by the year of 2030, there is going to be a shortage of well-qualified consultants. Technology consulting alone is projected to grow 6% this year and actually 7% next year. And what that equates to, I like dollars. What that equates to is roughly about $50 billion. Did you hear that? $50 billion in new consulting revenue entering the market in just 24 months. $50 billion, 24 months in a space where your background is a qualification. And what I want you to stop doing is seeing it as a barrier. So if this demand is so massive, why isn't everyone doing this? The reason why I'm discovering, and I literally have been in these streets, whether it's YouTube or another social media platform, talking about this like straightforward since April of 2025. So since last year, what I've come to realize is that it's a perception problem. When people hear technology or tech consulting, they think I need to know how to code. They think I need a computer science degree. They think that I need to be technical or have some technical capacity in my background. And that belief is costing you a seat, and I'm going to say at a very well paying table. There are nearly 1 million open tech roles in the United States right now. And the shortage isn't in developers and engineers. It is in the people who sit between technology and the business, the translators, the implementers, the project coordinators, the business analysts, the organizational change management specialists, the implementation consultants, trainers, instructional designers. These are the roles that keep getting overlooked in the headlines, but they are the backbone of every major technology rollout at every major company in the world. I know, again, I have my own consulting firm. I have served and we serve in many of these roles. And the thing is that companies aren't just struggling to find bodies in those seats. They are struggling to find people with real world business experience who can walk into a room with a C-suite team and speak their language. This is not something that you learn in the boot camp. This is not something that you're going to learn in that certification course. This is something that you have spent years building. I'm here to tell you that your background in HR, in finance, in operations, in project coordination, even in healthcare administration, even in hospitality, whatever field you are coming from, that is the credential. You just haven't shown how to position it. You just haven't shown how all of that, your background, your skills, are the bridge into technology consulting. Now, what has changed over the last years, this is why it makes this moment right now the perfect time for you to make your move. Consulting firms have slightly moved away from the old model of hiring right out of elite MBA programs. I'm not saying that they are not doing it, but what they are hiring now for and have been on the DL are based on skills. They want people who can demonstrate results, people who understand process improvement, stakeholder management, user adoption. Any of that sounds familiar? It should, because that's what you've been doing. And on top of that, you already know that the tools have changed. Most consulting work today involves platforms that require close to or very low coding experience. So either low code or no code tools, meaning that consultants can build dashboards, automate workflows, and configure systems in real time without writing a single line of code, or are using AI agents or AI ability in order to write those codes. And the technical barrier that kept non-professionals out of this industry for decades, it's being dismantled. I'm not telling you, and I'm going to be real straightforward, I'm not telling you it's easy. I'm not. I know that I struggled when I made the transition, but what I am telling you is that the door is open in a way it has never been before. That's why I want people to move with a sense of urgency. And people who are walking through that door right now do not have a computer background. They do not have, again, like I said, that computer science or information systems background or degree. There are people like you who finally got the right information and decided to act on it. So I'm going to bring this back to you again. I just want to go over these numbers again. The global consulting market is worth over $1 trillion and it's growing. 81% of companies are increasing their use of consultants. There are nearly 1 million unfilled tech roles in the US alone, and the hiring criteria has shifted to skills over credentials. None of that matters unless you know how to position yourself for it. And that's exactly what we talk about inside the Pivot Lobby. Again, my free community for professionals who are exploring this move and really who are leaning into seriousness about making this transition. Inside the Pivot Lobby is actual insight, is real conversations, and you'll also have direct access to individuals who are not curious like you about this transition, but also access to people who have already made the pivot. The link, it is in the description box below, or scan the QR code that has popped up on your screen, and that is where the conversation continues. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, because every week I bring you different insight on how you can come into this industry of technology consulting. In the next episode, I'm breaking down the single biggest myth that keeps non-technical professionals stuck where they are and why the data completely destroys it. Again, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. And if this video hits you differently, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You know the saying, sharing is caring, because the talent gap is real, the opportunity is real, and you might be exactly who this industry has been looking for.